Hello teachers! My name is Teacher Stephanie from Teaching Stephanie on Instagram, and on my channel you will find videos all about being an educator, navigating motherhood, and finding beauty in each day. Today we are going to answer questions that I get as an online ESL teacher. I ask my friends, family, fellow teachers to send me questions that they have so that I could answer them for you today. So let's get to it. The first question I get is, what do you do for a living? I am an online ESL teacher. The next question is, what does that mean? What do you do? ESL stands for English as a Second Language, but I teach online. I teach English to students who live in China. So we do it all online. So it's one-on-one classes that I teach for a company called VIPKid. What company do you work through? I work for VIPKid, one of many ESL companies that are targeting Chinese students with American teachers. Is it legit? Too legit. Too legit. To quit. Hot Rod? Great film. VIPKid has been in business for 5 years now, and they have over 700,000 students signed up and over 100,000 teachers signed up. I'm going to read to you what Forbes has said about VIPKid. VIPKid is rated as one of the top working platforms and as one of Fast Company's most innovative companies in the world in 2018 and 2019. Glassdoor named VIPKid one of the best places to work in 2019. So yes, it's legit. Is VIPKid an MLM?
Oh, are you going to be at the top of the pyramid and I'm going to be, you get 10 friends, you get 10 friends, you get 10 friends, and all of a sudden...
No, it's not a pyramid scheme, it's not an MLM. It is just a one-time referral bonus and there's no other compensation beyond that or downline. So not an MLM. It can be confusing because many teachers are recruiting other teachers to come and they want to coach you because you get a referral bonus when you help a teacher through the application process. You get a referral bonus as their coach. Next question. Do you have to speak Mandarin, Cantonese, Chinese? No, you don't have to speak anything but English. Isn't that great? I only speak English, and that is kind of the beauty of this job, is that it is an immersion-based program, so they want to have their students come into like an American classroom, but while still living in China. So they want it to be fully immersive. They're only speaking English, you're only speaking English, so it is just like they are coming into an American classroom to have a lesson. What kind of commitment is there is the next question. You have a 6-month contract, but in that time you can work for as little or as much as you like. There are no minimum hourly requirements. That is the best thing. So it's fantastic for flexibility. This job is the one you want for flexibility. Let's talk about compensation. Let's talk about money. Do you mind if I ask you this? Now, there is a new system rolling forward with pay scales that I will have another video coming out soon. So I can't really answer specifics. How much do you get paid? I'm gonna answer it for myself. What I tell people is I get about $20 an hour. VIPKid does not pay an hourly rate. They pay per class. And then they also give you bonuses for showing up on time. They do other bonuses if you can convert their trial students to sign up for their services. And they also do, if you teach a certain amount of classes in a month, you get an even bigger bonus. You get another $1 per class taught. So it's a little bit complicated, but for the most part, I make about $20 an hour, and my goal is always $500 to $600 a month. Sometimes I do more, sometimes I do less, but it's very adaptable to whatever I need or want. So that's the main thing I want you to take away is whatever you need or want, it is achievable. Do they offer benefits? No. This one's always the worst one to answer for people because I wish they did. I wish they had those things, but no, you will have to account for taxes, health insurance, retirement, all of those things because they do not offer benefits. It is just straight up cash into your account. To go along with that, how does it work with taxes? They send you a 1099 form if you're in the US, and then you file taxes as an independent contractor with VIPKid. So my suggestion is that you hire an accountant. Okay, time. How many hours do you work? Remember, no minimum required hours. That's the best part of the job. It's also super flexible. So my goal to meet that 500 to 600, I work about 10 to 15 hours each week. Super easy. For me, this is just a side gig on top of my full-time job as a mother. When do you teach? So I'm gonna answer this for me and then I'll tell you the available times. I teach at night right now. I teach, I'm in Mountain Time Zone, so I teach between 8 p.m. and midnight, depending on how many hours I want to do each night. For the most part, Monday through Friday, it's 9 to 11, so that I get to bed at a reasonable time, but I'm also have my kids in bed, so that I don't have to worry about them running into my classroom and craziness. I used to teach in the early mornings. That is when a lot of students will book you. And that is a very popular time to teach because most of the students are home from school in China. Most people tell me, oh, I don't think I could get up that early. And you do. You learn to love getting up that early, or in my case now, you learn to love staying up late because one, you love the students, you love seeing them, and two, you you enjoy getting that extra money, having that extra time to work. You'll make time for it, and it won't be as bad as you think. What times are available to teach? So you can teach anytime between 8 a.m. Beijing time to 10 p.m. Beijing time. And then just know that the typical peak times to get booked, to have lots of students booking, is the early morning hours for us in the US and Canada. That's when most students are gonna book, so that's why most teachers teach in the morning. Okay, how long are the classes? They're 30-minute classes, super easy, one-on-one, 30-minute time slots. So the time slots open on the hour and on the half hour. So for me, a typical night looks like 9 o'clock, 9:30, 10 o'clock, 10:30. So I get 4 classes in that time. Does that make sense? You can't answer, but eventually when you see this, you can answer. Logistics! Is it on Skype? Is it on FaceTime? Did they see you? How does that work? That's all one question. But what it is, there's a video chat just like FaceTime or Skype that shows my face in one screen, the student's face, their video chat in another screen, and then in the bottom there's the lesson PowerPoint. So you have those 3 main screens that I can see and the student can see. How many students do I teach at a time? It is one-on-one. So with VIPKid, you are teaching one-on-one classes. There are certain certifications where you can teach more than 1 student at a time, or there are other companies that you can work for to teach more than 1 student at a time. So, but with VIPKid, for the most part, it is one-on-one. Do you teach the same students? For this one, I put yes and no. When you're first starting out, you won't know anybody, obviously, and they'll all be new students. They will all be new to you, and you'll just continually be trying to get them to book your class again and again and again. Eventually, you'll get those students that just love you. They have so much fun with you, and you get the relationships. You'll meet their families. You'll see their homes. They'll show you their celebrations like Chinese New Year, and you start to build relationships, and those are your regulars. Those students will come to love you as a teacher. They will find you, and those become your regular students. And that is an awesome thing, to build these relationships on the other side of the planet through a screen, through a video chat, because these kids, man, I love them. I love them to death. Okay, how does scheduling work? So what happens is the teachers put out when they're available to teach. It's recommended to do it about a month in advance. And then the students are sent your schedules weekly. So on Saturday in Beijing, they send out your availability for the week. The parents look at it and they book the classes that you're available to teach. They're like, oh, okay, David, Monday, 9 o'clock. I always know I'm gonna see him at that time. And then after they've booked the class, it comes back to the teacher. They send me the lessons that I can prepare for the class and be all ready with, oh, okay, this is what my schedule looks like. This one comes usually from experienced classroom teachers. They're like, so do you create the curriculum? Do you do lesson planning? No! Actually, I really like lesson planning. But I don't have to do it here. They are paying me to teach. I know that this student is on this level, so I will be teaching this lesson to them. And that's it. I just teach. What kind of supplies do you need to get started? So you'll need a space to teach. It doesn't have to be a big classroom. It doesn't have to be a spare bedroom. I've seen teachers in the closet. That should be a new hashtag. I've seen teachers teaching in the closet, teaching in the bathroom, teaching in their kitchen as like a makeshift classroom that can come down each day. All sorts of things. I currently am in an unfinished basement. I'll show you what it looks like. Here it is. You can see this is where I'm at. Hello. This is what my classroom looks like. It's just kind of a ghetto setup in the corner of our unfinished basement. That's what it is. It's great. It's worked perfect for the 2.5 years that I've been teaching. This is where I've been. It's a little cold, but it works great. Okay, and in addition to a classroom space, you're going to need some basic technology like a tablet or a computer. You'll need a headset so that you can hear them with a microphone. You'll also need a webcam. A lot of computers come with them already on the laptop, or like tablets have them. My webcam just wasn't very good. It was an old computer, so I just got the webcam instead of a whole new computer. And then you'll obviously need good internet. You've probably seen so many teachers with props, and these can be you can go very minimal and you can go very big here. I have a few basic props. I have a ball, I've got flashcards, I've got a few like puppets, clip art things, but my favorite thing to tell people is go get a whiteboard from the dollar store because this can be anything. Okay, let's talk about job application. So the next thing is, do you have to have a teaching degree? No, you don't. The 3 requirements for this job. Number 1, you have to have a bachelor's degree. That is something they require. The second thing is a year of teaching experience. Now, don't freak out. It doesn't have to be formal classroom experience. If you have any questions on this, please email me at teacherstephanieo@gmail.com because there are so many things that you can use for teaching experience. There are so many things that work with that, and I'm more than happy to help you find something that will fit that requirement. And the third requirement is eligible to work in the US or Canada. And again, if you have questions with that, email me teacherstephanieo@gmail.com. I would love to help you to make sure that you meet those requirements. Okay, what is the application process like? It is 5 simple steps. I would love to go into more depth in another video because there are many tips and tricks and things that I want you to do so that you can get through this application process and on to teaching. But for the summary, number 1 is you're going to apply, making sure that you meet those 3 requirements we talked about. Number 2, you're going to do an interview and demo a lesson, show them that you can teach. Number 3, they're going to send you some training materials and you'll read through those, study those, and take a little quiz. Number 4, you will get certified to teach different levels. You can teach levels 2 and 3 or levels 4 and 5. This will all be explained to you, but you'll get certified to teach here. And the last one is signing your contract and moving on to teaching. So 5 steps in the application process. If you have more questions on that, again, I need to have a jingle. Email me at teacherstephanieo@gmail.com. I would be more than happy to send you all the resources I give to my teachers as their coach to help get you through that application process. The last question is, do you like it? Do you love it? Yes, I absolutely love this job. I am being 100% genuine here that I adore doing this. I have so much fun, even when I'm dead tired from a long day of being a mom. I come down to my unfinished basement where it's cold, where I'm tired, and I turn on the lights, turn on my camera, and I see these sweet faces on the other side of the globe, and I just am so honored to be able to teach them, to get these relationships, and to have this creative outlet. It has been so great in my life to have another identity outside of motherhood, and it is something that I feel passionate about if you are searching for something like that in your life. All right, friends, here's your homework for the day. If you have questions on anything I talked about, if you want to apply, please email me. My email is teacherstephanieo@gmail.com. I would be more than happy to answer any further questions you have, send you any resources that I have, help you through the process. I would love to be your coach. And in the ESL world, when the student does a good job, we give them a thumbs up. So if I did a good job today, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Ring that bell so that you can be notified on my next video, which will be all about the payment process, more about that money, so you can have more information about how much you will be getting paid as a VIPKid teacher. In the words of my hero, Mr. Rogers, let's make the most of this beautiful day. I will see you next time. Goodbye.